Hey guys, thanks for joining me for an episode to Learn to Play Games. My name is Lance, and today we're going to take a look at a little bit of an older game called Don't Mess with Cthulhu. This is a game that was put out by Indie Board and Cards, and a while back it was kickstarted. This is a 4 to 6 player game that can be expanded to all the way up to 10 players if you've purchased a second copy of it, or if you were lucky enough to grab some of those Kickstarter exclusives. This takes about 20 minutes, and the game itself is a social deduction and hidden or secret identity game. So depending upon what side you're playing on, you'll have different objectives to be the winning side. So in the game itself, you're either playing cultists or the investigators. If you're playing cultists, your goals are to either find Cthulhu and reveal his card, or to stop the investigators from finding all of the elder signs that they need. On the other side, if you're playing as investigators, your goal is to find all the elder signs and not reveal Cthulhu by the end of the 4th round. If you do, then you are the winner. Otherwise, if the cultists or if an investigator by accident reveals Cthulhu, then the game automatically is over and the cultists will win. So my opinions of this game are that I absolutely love it. Normally, I do not enjoy hidden identity games, and you probably won't even get me to be able to play them. But this particular game does it so well, and it's so fast. This game is furiously fast, and it's just an absolute blast to play. I would highly, highly, highly recommend checking this one out if you guys haven't. This one might have definitely fallen under the radar, and I would highly recommend checking it out. It is so much fun. And this is one that I'm almost scared of bringing out sometimes because it will literally be on the table the rest of the night. Even though the games can last between 5 and 20 minutes, you don't want to stop playing. It's always, let's just play one more. Let's just play one more. It is so much fun, no matter if you're playing with 4 players or all the way up to 10. I've had absolute blasts bringing this out, and my friends just love this game. And I've never had this game really not liked by anybody that's played it. It is so fast and easy to pick up. It is such a simple game. And even though that there are hidden roles, everything is so much fun. And each player can bluff and lie and cheat and do all kinds of crazy things. And the other players can call them out on it and do different things and believe them or not believe them. And some players are very good at bluffing and deceiving the other players. And it's always interesting to see where everybody stands at the end when those roles are revealed. And some players are very, very good at it, and other ones are just not. And like I said, I've had so much fun with this game. I would highly recommend checking this one out. And it's a small box game, so it's going to be very cheap, probably 15, 20 bucks at the most. If you see this one, especially if it has the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, don't hesitate. Pick it up right away. If I had a reward or a award for games in my channel, this is one that I would give it to. This is a game that is a must-have for every collection. So other than that, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Have you guys played this game? Have you had as much fun with it as I have? What is your guys' thoughts on hidden role games? Is this a genre that you guys enjoy as well with certain aspects? Or are you like me where you don't really care for these type of games, but 1 or 2 games you're willing to play anyways? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below on that. And I've also started up a Facebook and Twitter account, so I'd love to hear you guys over there giving me a little bit of support, maybe following me on those sections. And if you guys enjoy what I do, if you like these videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking these videos, as it really will help me bring new games to you guys as well. So let's head to the table, and I'll teach you guys how to play. There are 3 different types of cards in Don't Mess with Cthulhu. You have futile investigation cards, you have elder sign cards, and 1 Cthulhu card. The investigators are going after the elder sign cards, and if they can find all of them by the end of the game, then they will be the winners. If the Cthulhu card is ever revealed, then the game will immediately end and the cultist will win. And the futile investigation cards are simply just blank cards, basically, that are taking up space that the investigators are trying not to go after. The rest of the components of the game are the hidden role cards, which there are going to be 2 cultist cards and 4 investigator cards. And depending upon the size of the game that you're playing, will denote how many of each of these will be included in that. Then you have the active investigator token. So that'll be the person that will choose the next card, as you guys will see. And then optionally, the players can play with insanity tokens if they wish, which at the end of each game, the losing players will receive 1 token each. And when 1 or more players has 3 tokens, the games will end completely, and the players that have the least of these will be the winners. So the first thing we need to do is determine each player's role. So depending upon the number of players, which we're going to go ahead and set up for a 4-player game, as you guys can see in this chart, we're going to lay out a number of cultist investigators. So we need 2 cultists and 3 investigators. The final investigator token can be returned to the box, as we won't use that for this game. From here, then you can go ahead and shuffle up all these rolls. And each player will receive 1 that they can look at, but none of the other players will know what they have. And the final one can also be returned to the box without revealing it, so the players don't know who's out there. From here, then again, you're going to look at this other table to determine the number of cards that you're playing with. So in our game of 4 players, we need 1 Cthulhu card, 4 Elder Sign cards, and 15 Futile Investigation cards. We can go ahead and shuffle all these up. Once you have them good and shuffled, then you can go ahead and deal them out equally to each player. So that each player has 5 cards. Alright, so after you've dealt out all the cards, then you can go ahead and choose 1 player to be the starting investigator and to give them the starting investigator token. So we're going to go ahead and have our guy over here be the starting investigator. And starting with him and proceeding clockwise around the table, each player is going to declare either truthfully or untruthfully what cards they have in their hands. And at this point, I want to point out that it is encouraged to lie with a lot of these things, and it also depends heavily on the role that you are. As if you were an investigator and you happen to have the Cthulhu card, you may not want players to be searching your cards, because obviously if that card is revealed, then all the investigators are going to lose immediately. On the other side, if you're a cultist, you want to, if you have Cthulhu, or if you have Elder Signs, you may also want to be deceptive insofar as saying that you might not have any cards that are worth looking at, or that if you have Cthulhu, you have a lot of Elder Signs, so that the players will choose your cards in hopes of revealing that Cthulhu card, which will win you and the other cultists the game. So, like I said, you also want to weigh out things as you're trying to determine what the other players are and who is your allies and who are not, so that you can kind of work with them. So a lot of the game is a lot of deception and determining when to give information and when not to give information. The only information you cannot give is specifics on what your role is or what the identity of your card is underneath. Other than that, you're free to tell the other players anything you want and be as deceptive or as truthful as you want in the game. So at this point, like I said, you're not going to reveal these cards to the other player, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal them to you so you guys can see how this works. So our player over here just has 5 Futile Investigation cards. So he is going to declare, and let's see what his role is. So he's an investigator, so he probably wants to be truthful. So he's going to say that he has 0 Elder Sign cards. Once he does that, then he can go ahead and mix up all his cards so he doesn't know what order they're in, as he has just futile ones, so it doesn't really matter to him. But every player is going to mix up their cards after they declare them, and then they're going to place them out on the board so that the other players can see them. So then moving over to our player over here, who is a cultist, and we'll see what he has. So he has 2 Elder Sign cards. So he's going to go ahead and declare that he has 1 Elder Sign card, as he doesn't want players to necessarily go after too many cards, but it may help seed that he is not a cultist if he can help produce an Elder Sign. Moving over to the next player, again, that is a investigator, and he has 1 Elder Sign. So he's going to go ahead and declare truthfully that he has 1 Elder Sign. And finally, over on our end here, we have a third investigator. So we only have one cultist in this. He has Cthulhu and one Elder Sign card. So he's just going to declare that he has 0 Elder Sign cards, as he really does not want the other players going after cards that he has, as if they reveal that Cthulhu card, then the players will lose, or the investigators will lose. So at this point, we're ready to start the game. So before we start, the game is going to go a potential of 4 rounds, where the investigating players, or the players in general, are trying to find the Elder Signs. And there is a total of 4 of them out there, so the players need to find all 4 in order for the investigators to win. Now, at any point during any of the rounds, if Cthulhu is found, then the game will end immediately, and the cultist players will be the winners. So during each round, the players are going to reveal a number of cards equal to the number of players. So with us playing a 4-player game, each round the players will reveal 4 cards, and then the round will be over. So we're going to go ahead and start with our player over here, and he's going to go ahead and choose one of the other player's cards to reveal. So he's going to go ahead and choose the player over here, and he's going to choose that card there. And the other players can give their inputs or try to persuade him or otherwise, but he will have the ultimate decision. And once he makes his decision, then that player will reveal that card. So we have a futile investigation card come up, and then that player will be the next player to choose a card. And that player can go right back to our starting player. Some players will not get to take turns during a round, which is okay, because the investigators may not, if they know who the cultist is, will not want the cultist to take their turn. So the cultist is going to go ahead and choose our player over here to reveal this card, and he finds an Elder Sign. So we have 1 of the 4 that we need. So then that player is going to go, and because this player over here helped him with an Elder Sign, he kind of thinks that this guy might be a good guy, so he's going to go back and choose another one of his cards. So he's going to choose that one over here, so he's going to reveal, and we found a second Elder Sign. So this player over here, who is actually a cultist, kind of feels like he's got a connection with this guy, so he's going to go right back and play another card to kind of help cement that relationship. And so we have another futile investigation. So that is our 4 cards. So at this point we can move those together, and so that we can see how many Elder Signs we have. From here, then the players are going to give the rest of their cards over, and those are going to be reshuffled and redealt out for the next round. And this time, each player will receive 4 cards instead of 5. So each round, the players will receive fewer cards. All right, and then the players will each receive 4 this time. And our player over here was the last one to have the flashlight played on him, so they will be the starting player this round. So again, the player will look at their cards that they have, and he has 1 Elder Sign and Cthulhu, and declare what they have and mix them up so that they don't know the order that they're in. So our player over here, being an investigator, doesn't really want players to look at his cards, so he's going to say that he has no Elder Sign cards this turn. Moving over to our next player, he has nothing. So that player is also going to declare that he has no Elder Sign cards. Our player over here has nothing, so he is going to declare he has nothing. And finally, our last player has 1 Elder Sign card. So he is going to say that he has 1 Elder Sign card to really kind of help cements the fact that he is trying to play an investigator and trying to gain the other player's trust. So starting with our player over here, these guys have kind of had a bond going because they've been able to uncover 2 of them, so he kind of feels like this player is a good player. So he's going to go ahead and try to find that Elder Sign. So we have a futile investigation card, and this player is going to go right back here and try to go after cards. So then we're going to come back, and our second player is going to choose another card and finds that third elder sign. So we're doing pretty good here. And our cultist over here is going to go ahead and go right back to our player. And we found the fourth elder sign. So he didn't know that he didn't have any elder signs. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have chosen him. But he did. So at this point, the investigators have won the game as they have found the four elder signs. And the players can all reveal their roles that they have. So in this situation, the three investigators have won the game, and the cultist has lost. And he did not know that our player over here had the Cthulhu as well. So he was playing really close, and he could have definitely won if he would have revealed that. And the other players played smart as the investigators and just kind of sat back and did their thing. So that is how the game goes. And in this situation, the investigators have prevailed. From here, then you can go ahead and take all the cards and redeploy everything for another game. As these games go super quick, a lot of the times it is fun to play game after game after game. And that, like I said, that's where you can also incorporate those insanity tokens. As in this situation, our player over here, the cultist that lost, would receive one. And then you would continue on with the next game. And so when the first person has 3 insanity tokens, then all the games are over, and the players that have the fewest would be the overall winners of Don't Mess with Cthulhu. Well, I hope you guys found that video helpful. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you enjoy these videos, you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel, as it really does help me grow and to produce more videos for you guys. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. This is one of my favorite hidden role games, and one of the few ones that I will actually play. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Is this one that you guys have played? Do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it? What parts of it do you enjoy? I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this, so please leave those in the comments section below, and I'll look forward to reading those. And as always, thanks so much for watching my videos. I do really appreciate that you guys take the time to watch my videos and to leave me feedback on them. And until next time, I will see you guys later.